So which is the most affordable Kawasaki on sale in India today? Ninja 300, you say? Not since the arrival of this, the Z250. It offers you the same twin-cylinder magic in a more everyday kind of package, that too at a more affordable price point. But does the cheaper price tag also make it a less of a Kawasaki? Well, we're gonna hop on and find out. One look at this Kawasaki and you know that it is from the Z family. The mast eyes look ever so mean. Actually, it looks like the headlight has been lifted straight off its elder brother, the Z800. And that is sure to give the Z250 some extra street cred. But when the motorcycle comes closer, you will be able to make out that it is based on the smaller Ninja 300. The tag extensions, the belly fairing and the black and green colors give this package a tough yet sporty look. When you look further back, you'll find the design looks quite racy, so it should be no surprise that the 17-litre fuel tank and that smart-looking tail section is the same as the Ninja 300. But what we want to see now is how it performs, and when it comes to the engine, the Z has got the motor from the Ninja 250R, although it has been detuned a little bit for this motorcycle. The liquid-cooled parallel twin 249cc engine has been retuned, as a result of which power has dropped from 33 bhp at 11,000 rpm to 31.1 bhp. And strangely, torque has decreased as well. Well, very marginally, from 2.24 kilograms to 2.2 kilograms. But what is really strange is that it is now developed at a higher RPM than before, which is 10,000 RPM. The gearing from the Ninja 250R has been carried over unchanged. On the upside, the Z250 is 4 kilos lighter. So how does it perform? In second gear, the Z250 zips from 20 to 60 kilometers an hour in 4.4 seconds. And it manages the same run in third gear in 6.3 seconds. These figures aren't particularly impressive. Now, even though I had set fairly low expectations in terms of rideability in city conditions, city traffic for this high-revving parallel twin-cylinder engine, I did end up feeling a bit disappointed with it because it felt like a lot of work. You really had to use the gearbox, you had to wind on the revs to get it going, which is not what you're looking for in a street naked motorcycle, right? But on the flip side, when you head out of the city and find yourself a nice open road, this might be a lot of fun. Oh yes! Get this engine singing past 5,000 RPM and it just takes on a new life. As the rev needle climbs higher up, the experience is enchanting. The Z250 is as smooth as a sewing machine, and you can really use the revs when you ride it in a sporty manner. But when you look at cold numbers, the Z250's magic wears a bit thin. The dash from 0 to 60 kilometers an hour takes 3.6 seconds, and 100 comes up in 8.4 seconds. Again, that isn't groundbreaking. The last 5,000 RPM on this engine feels absolutely magical. What would have made it even better would have been a bit more acceleration to go with that. But now, what we're going to see is how the Z250 does when you show it a wriggly stretch of tarmac. The Z250's perimeter tubular frame is based on the Ninja 300, and it even wears the same tires and brakes. But there are some changes. For instance, the steering angle is sharper and the wheelbase is smaller. All of this should make the Z250 more agile. And believe me, it is. The speed with which the Z tips in and out of corners is just off the charts. It is so good that through the S's, it made me feel like my riding skill had improved dramatically. It just zaps through direction changes. At the same time, it also felt surprisingly mature, like a well-oiled big bike. So it is planted through long corners. but the suspension just feels a bit wooden over mid-corner bumps.
The turn-in of this motorcycle is incredibly mature and just so delicious. When it comes to the brakes, strong bite, good feel, no ABS, but I'm willing to look past that. However, when it comes to the tires, you just want something sportier, something that matches up to the rest of the package. But now let's shift focus and see how the Z250 does on the more everyday front.
When it comes to ergonomics, thanks to the one-piece handlebar, the seating position is upright. But the legs do feel a bit cramped on this motorcycle, so taller riders might find themselves struggling to get comfortable here. Also, the seat is a bit on the firm side, and the ride quality feels a touch too firm on broken roads. What also adds to the sense of fatigue is that heavy throttle action. However, maneuvering in city conditions won't be any problem as the turning radius is small and the 785mm seat height is pretty low. By and large, the build quality and fit and finish is good. However, the loose-fitting pillion seat is a bit annoying over bumpy roads. So Kawasaki's Z250 won't wow you like its elder siblings in the Z family. But it does have some amount of appeal. But is that enough?
So the Z250 is a great fun motorcycle, especially so because of the way it handles. Then on top of that you have that ultra high revving, really smooth parallel twin engine which makes it feel quite magical. But even then this motorcycle is an incredibly tough spot because on the one hand you've got the KTM Dukes and on the other hand the bigger, more serious problem is its very own sibling, the Ninja 300, which might be 40,000-50,000 rupees more expensive, but for that money you get so much more. It has better everyday rideability, the engine is torquier, it has way better performance, it's got better equipment, it's got a slipper clutch, and then it offers you, of course, ride comfort, which is on par with the Z250, and it might not be as quick to turn in, but nonetheless a great sports bike it is. So my recommendation is, if you've stretched your budget far enough to buy the Z250, go a bit further and just buy the Ninja 300.